Welcome everybody, this is Evelyn and I have a few reads for you today. I have the Twin Flame read on the table for you, which is an abbreviated version of my 7-deck read with only 3 decks as opposed to 7. I have a few of my 4-deck reads, but they're all different. So one is my usual with Journey of Love, Metatron, Nature's Whispers, and Shaman Dreams. But I also did a 4-deck with the other 4-deck read I do with the Wild Unknown Tarot, but I did it the way I do my current read. I also pulled a few cards today for you guys, so I'll bring you that information as well. And I did a pyramid read, which I want to bring you. It's just a short one, and I'll show that to you now. Because it had some interesting messages to it here. Okay, so that was a pyramid read with underlying energies and closing energies. And let's go ahead first and take a few deep breaths. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. You can go ahead and skip by it. But let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings out to everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day. It's beautiful and sunny here today. And thank you for joining me. Let's get right into this information here. And we're going to roll the die as well. Today is the 29th of November, 2022. November 29, 2022 for the Twin Flames here. Okay, we have Leo. So childlike, 11 of justice. Also Libra energy comes up there, and balance. So again, justice being truth and balance, and alignment with the 11 as well. And then we have Mercury over here too, which is Gemini and Virgo. So very much communication oriented here. And we have Leo right in a row. Leo, Virgo, Libra. So very concentrated in that area. The child, alignment with truth and balance, and communication of those things. The universal Mercury energy. And of course, Gemini is the twins. So of course, then we have 3 in a row. So we have cardinal, mutable, and fixed energies there. And let's see where that all goes. And it's also aligning Leo and Mercury over here, bringing them together. So Leo is very much the sun, the energy, shining your light, being childlike, leading the way. And then Mercury being the go-between, the communicator, the holy communications coming up as well, the communion, which is the communication. Okay. So this first message of the day is here. Okay, this is my 4-deck read. Let's see what order I did it in. So we have Shaman Dreams first in this one, and then Journey of Love, and then Nature's Whispers, and then the Metatron deck. The underlying energies over here, 3 cards each. In this one, the 3 cards were sharing the cards that came out with this card here, and then 3 cards here, and then the cards at the end are what I'm guided to pull out after the 3 cards for numerology reasons. Okay, so this was done on Sunday the 27th, and very significant energies were coming up that day with the 51 and 52 of the Queen and King of Swords. Very much of the light energy. And the 12, 12, 12 came up, 12 noon came up, 12, 21, all very significant energies there, 117. And we'll go on with that too. And also the cards that came up at the end of each deck came out to 1313, which is 1313. Also very significant with big transition there. It also came up as 11, 23, 13. 1, 1, 2, 3 jump, and then 1 again. So the 2 ones book ending the 1, 2, 3 jump or the leap, and then 3 at the end and coming together. We also had an 11, 23, and 13 are Justice, the King of Wands, and the Death or Transition card. And then 1, 12, 12 and 13 came up with 1 and 3, or 1. Instead of 1, 2, 3, I'm getting 1, 12, 3, and then the 13, which is going into the next cycle. So I looked up 1313 on Gematria, and I have 8 entries for you. The first one was Reynaldo Gonzalez. I have no idea who it is. I looked up Reynaldo Gonzalez, but it's not spelled. The one that came up of any interest wasn't spelled the same way. This one's spelled with an S. The second entry was Most Beautiful Eyes. The third was New Human Race. The fourth was I Am That I Am Jesus. But it came up as I Am That I Am, and then capital I, capital M, Jesus. The fifth entry was God's Only Trusted Angel. The sixth was God Only Romantic Interest. And 7 was Blue Water. 8 was San Francisco 49ers. So there's the gold rush. And again, the energy of the 49, which is, getting your wish, self-satisfaction, learning how to be happy with yourself. And the 8 was very significant anyway. Please check out my Instagram pics because they are messages. So when I do cloud reads and things like that, there are messages coming through. And one of the messages that came through, which I posted today, was the number 8 holding an engagement ring. So that might be someone, definitely for some people out there, perhaps getting proposed to. There were other messages regarding the Native Americans and Santa Claus, like this grip of Santa Claus around the Native Americans. Yeah, so check them out. They're definitely made to bring up some energies for you guys. Okay. So Shaman Dreams was pulled at 1227, the Hanging Man and the Ace of Wands. Journey of Love was pulled 27 to 28, which then brings in the Twin Flame or Choice of Path energy in the Journey of Love. Then Nature's Whispers was at 28, which is the Twin Flames, and Metatron was at 29, which is the Three of Wands, being present in the moment with your gifts, perhaps waiting for your ship to come in. And Sunday was also, the end of the holiday weekend. So there was a significance there. People were leaving. So there is that energy there, people going home. I was just getting John Denver, is it? Rocky Mountain High. I'm getting West Virginia, Mountain Mama, that energy. So we start this, and Spirit's connecting with me on that one. The underlying energy here of 117, which is the Magician and the 17 of the Star. We started out here with the underlying energy of the 42 and the Netcaster, the 22, which is the Fool and loving all that is, the 4 of the Emperor and pause, and 23 of the King of Wands and duality where balance is needed. Preparations come to fruition, loving all that is, holding space with an open heart and a leap of faith. Pausing at the trunk to feel the love and stability of this holiday weekend, and then to move on, the King of Wands feeling off balance after the weekend, right? And again, this is Monday, coming off Sunday, everyone going back to work, which definitely knocks people off balance in that sense after a relaxing weekend. The Two of Cups and the King of Wands were here with double Aries in between. But that wasn't necessarily coming up as King of Wands being Aries. I was getting just that Aries energy of just being thrown right back into the cycle. And then soulmates leap, hold, and touch. So again, one last hug for that stable feeling. Loving goodbyes as the King of Wands reverse takes off, perhaps tired and off kilter, or sees them off. Or perhaps just feeling others say goodbye, and perhaps memories of the past and Thanksgiving or holidays. So at 123, which is that 1, 2, 3 jump, the 1 is the Magician, 23 is the King of Wands. The 1 is also the Divine Masculine. So being in that off-balance King of Wands energy, right, that fiery, impatient energy, you know, who can lose their cool. The underlying energy of the 39 is the Knight of Cups and the Shaman detox here. The 25 of the Knight of Wands, so the Knight of Cups detox and the Knight of Wands, 25, of rest and renewal. So they're both detoxing in different ways. Right? One is more like in the bath, taking a salt bath, or doing more shamanistic detox. And then the 25 Knight of Wands is coming up in the garden, just enjoying flowers or being out in nature. Or perhaps getting a massage amidst lots of flowers in the Garden of Venus. The 50 is significant here too, and that came up with my pyramid read, which I'll get to in a minute. The 10 of Cups family, open and loving, with the spirit of the river and movement to adventure. With the 37 King of Cups, Magician's sword and confidence in your magic. The 43 of the 3 of Cups and the overflow of overwhelm and plenty of the holiday season and feeling that afterwards. And the wake-up call to sharing and eating too much. The 57 of separation and pressure, the squeeze in going through the maze and the unmarked trail of revelations. The big reveal when the coal becomes the diamond, as the soulmates' preparations come to fruition. At 131 is the Magician and the 31 of the group, which is also chaos of life. The first card out here is the 31. And let's see where that, I was just noticing the purple light on the table, and I want to see where that went. So the purple light is going right across. This is the Hangman right here. It's going right across here, which is the Queen of Swords, the Hermit, and the Hanging Man right there. So that's very earthy energy, because that could be Capricorn and Hermit, or Virgo energy of the Queen of Swords. And we have the Ace of Swords reversed right next to the Hangman, and the Two of Swords upright on the other side. You know, surrounded by information being withheld from them, and then split or lies on the other side of some kind of establishment, religion, marriage, the all boys club, Hierophant energy there. And all 3 of the earth signs come up right there, because the Hierophant's Taurus. So we have Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo right there on the Queen of Swords. And the Hermit's right next to the 3 of Pentacles, which is the workplace or the place of co-creation, which can be school or church. It doesn't have to be a workplace. So I just wanted to get that out there, because the purple light is right on the light of the Hangman. And you can see that light popping out from the purple. Okay. So at 131 was the joyful muse of 33, which is the Christ vibration and unity consciousness. The joyful muse of inspiration, of fun, of creative activities, of art and music and other things like that. Appreciating the sacrifice of the family, right? Allowing you to live your dream with the support of your family. The 35 of the wounded warrior who lost their way, learning to discern. And by the way, CERN came up with Sam the Illusionist read to, channeling too, so if you want to check that out, you can. But again, don't forget that CERN is always working, causing whatever they're doing, whether it's creating black holes or creating weather interferences. Again, they're smashing the particles, trying to recreate the twin flame energy, which is the twin flame energy that we have naturally as twin flames. The wounded warrior who lost their way, learning to discern at the 11th hour, 11 to 11, from the horizontal to the vertical ray, from dimension to density, back to 12 plus 1, which is that 13 of source energy, which, you know, that's reserved for source. letting family do for you, and then getting back to your own empowerment. The will-o'-the-wisp or fool's fire of the 62. So are your dreams foolish, or are you a fool for not following your dreams? And again, it's all about the 13 here and source energy and density. Remember, there's unlimited dimensions, but the densities are basically leveling up to the vibration of source and how dense are, like we're very dense human bodies here. So remember, 3D is the lowest density of human-like beings, right? Because all of the ETs we relate with are in higher frequencies. So as we turn the page, and then on this day, Bloomington, Indiana also came up. I don't know why. That may be a message for someone. That was at 2:28 that day. At 1:41 was 27. It was just the one card that came up at the end of heart, home, and compassion. Breathing. Remember, compassion is calm passion. And that can also relate to communicative passion. But remember, passion is the ego side of inspiration. So remembering compassion for yourself as a human, because with a human, you're always going to have some sense of ego in your body to protect yourself. Excuse me. But again, compassion being the easy pass connection. And breathing, getting home, time alone, to be your full self again after being out with other people. And can you bring that with you next time you go? Can you fully embody yourself when you're around a crowd? The martyr's discernment that to save is to render them helpless, and that goes both ways. Preparations of the martyr and the prisoner allowing, or is this an act of loving doting and receiving a break from your hard work? Have compassion, calm inspiration, calm breathing, coming back to the heart and home, the art of Om. At 1:48 is the magician of the 48 of walking away and within. The King of Pentacles after the 66 of coming together with the Queen of Pentacles, and she's the Queen of Pentacles, that perfect example of the perfect hostess at Thanksgiving. She's very grounded and well-rounded. The 13 with the 66 is gifts being received in the transition there, and the 43 of the bride offering herself and coming together again as the hostess. The 32 on her journey devoted to the little ones, and the 65 of the King of Pentacles and the breaking of the King of Pentacles to hang out, to see new perspectives and be wise in self-initiation, not requiring another to break you in, but doing it yourself. Again, it's very much that traditional energy of the man being at work and the woman at home, right, taking care of the household duties, and then the man coming home on the holiday expecting the woman to do all the things for them, but here learning to do things for themselves, like self-initiating, and it goes both ways. Then the woman who's home self-initiates in going to work. Not requiring another to break you in, but doing it yourself. That self-initiation. The 39 of the Knight of Cups to let them lead the way, or let the feminine lead the way. With the 50, again, 50 was very significant here. The 10 of Cups, family, which is the ultimate emotional fulfillment. The cloaking of the King of Cups, the 37 of unconditional love, of fire and ice, and being okay with both. Seeing the middle ground, the light at the end, with the 60 of peace and calm, and the King of Cups with unconditional love, between the 50 and 60, where you find peace in riding the cosmic wave. Done with a need for excitement and change, to 60 of love, family, and peaceful travel. The 22 of the Fool on the journey of loving all that is. That's the leap of faith. Then the first card of the next deck is 58 of the Four of Swords of beauty rest, and the Divine Feminine's 5D connection with the Christ energies to be creatively inspired. the 30 of magnificence of sleeping at home, and the towering magnificence of union in the Om, which then I was getting the two different spellings because OM was coming up as the human Om and the AUM coming up as the source Om, right? That's only for those who can reach that high vibration is the AUM, which AU is gold. And then the M, of course, is that co-creation. Whereas the OM is the O of the human embodiment of source and co-creation. So the human versus the gold, which is God, the Ancient One. The 3 of the burning hero. And then the song comes in. Together like a new day, we are born. So that came up from a quote from the book for Burning Hero. Together like a new day, we are born. And then day and night, fire and ice in the heart of the moment with 16, the tower. The inspiration comes and made manifest from the cooling off and rest time instead of burning yourself out. Rest, home, mother and abundance, the planet and sudden events, epiphanies, sexual exchange, those things that get the heart pumping again, standing with the mighty sentinels of 47 or 4 to 7, that sweet spot of the heart to the crown, which softens you from heart to crown. It softens the ego, the synchronicities, and the people, the things you love. Your dreams trying to figure out what that word is. So it's like your dreams are making you aware of the pearls of wisdom that you've collected from your life experiences, and then returning to the heart of God, the 9 of the one and the all. The synchronicities of the hermit, because the hermit goes within to connect with the all. Right? We can't go outside of ourselves in the 3D to connect with the all because it would kill us, right? Because for us to be with a group is hard enough, let alone be in the energies of the whole world at the same time and take on their burdens. We couldn't do that. So that if we go within, we can do that. At 225 is the divine feminine and the higher self, and the 25 of the Knight of Wands, of the underlying energy of the 37 King of Cups, and the ideal course of action that is always unconditional love. The 18 of new experiences and possibilities, and traveling to blossom. And with the 38 of the Queen of Cups, so here we have the King and Queen of Cups and the purple moon, and acceptance of love. This is that card of the ivy growing up around the trunk, the feminine and the masculine hugging there, and the freedom and change of clearing out the old with the 23 King of Wands, that you are worth it at 228, the higher self and the twin flames. Your vision of romance or blooming horizon, her eyes on you. The 50 of the 10 of Cups and the magical tree is the potential gateway of the lovers and family. Healing the root to flower the crown. And I wrote flower again by accident to flower the flower, but I was just getting the children of the corn again was coming up. Healing the root to flower the crown or the corn, and maize came up. That's what I was looking some stuff up, and I think it was the Aztecs and the god of maize, of corn. And remember, corn is horn. So it also references the call of the wild I'm getting, that call of God, and the horn of the unicorn. The 7 of the little chariot to create ripples that carry you home. And then sirens came up here to amplify your positive emotions. And then she's surrounded by the ancient ones. Touches the tree again to pause, again, gaining your stability or grounding one last time with your family before going on. 7 in drive, 4 in pause or neutral. With 6 being the big picture here between 5 and 7. So again, 7's coming up as being in drive, 4 is the pause or being in neutral. That's survival mode. With 6 being the big picture of love and the spiral between the 5 and 7, which the 5 is the change and the 7 is then taking you as the chariot to the 8, which is manifesting your dreams in perpetual dance. So at 233, the higher self or divine feminine and the Christ vibration, the 36 of intuition, which is the in-twit connection, the twin towers of you and I connection, the 36 of Atlas and the weight of the world on your shoulders, and the 28 of the twin flames and their bountiful harvest. The 33 as the card here, again, the Christ energy of unity consciousness, to be gentle with yourself, and then the energy again of Esther Williams and Atlas intuition as the brain is on fire with a beautiful mind, with a map to the stars in twin towers, you and I connection, the holy grail and communion of I am, where holy is that whole, the lap dance of the H, the human embodiment of source of the O, the L, the capital L of the right angle, and the Y of the 0 point field, and that choice of path, or just staying in the middle, right? The lap dance of the human, of emotional fulfillment of the 50, because L is also lambda, which is 50, and the little lambda, which is the lamb and the dad, the father, duh. Lambda is coming up as the lamb and the father. And the right angle and 0 point to leap through God's rail, the G of the spiral. And C, which is the whispering bench, also Christ, and the Om, or human union, or Union Railroad was also coming up here, of a threesome, the ancient one and 2 on the whispering bench, the C6, or CG, of the whispering bench and the spiral, just a small loop from C to G to the left away, but you here to be willing to overlap and loop back a bit, the retrograde to gain momentum and pause to breathe. On your mark, get set, and go, speed racer, go. Off to the races again. Your head or thinking cap is a natural crystal ball of the stars. It just needs to be turned on at 249, which is the higher self, and the 9 of cups of the Get Your Wish card of self-satisfaction, the divine feminine, the higher self. The 28 card here as the twin flames and choice of path, as visions of fairies dance in her head, blanketing the ethers with her special thread. The pearl threaded, right? The commonality between all of us. And the number 33 of Spirit's connecting with me of the Christ unity consciousness. So going across the 40 bridge on the number 33, be gentle and careful not to martyr yourself, as one card comes out here of number 40, the Page of Cups of innocence and pure love, and EA of Ea or Enki, according to Elaine Denon. The sweetheart showing support. And again, that can be the positive energies of the Anunnaki. And the ancient ones are the giants. And the giants are coming up very much with Michael Sala, if you want to check him out. Remember that a map is a key, codex, for harvest, of Atlas and Hercules. And remember, Hercules took over for Atlas to give them a break. Remember also that I bring up the 2 mountains in Africa, which are actually Morocco and Spain, are the pillars for the Rock of Gibraltar. So the Atlas Mountains, and the other one for me is Hercules, and then facing the Rock of Gibraltar, which points to England, and then back the Strait of Gibraltar points to the U.S. And through England we came to the United States, and through the Channel of Gibraltar, also the Strait, we also come straight to basically Washington. It heads towards that way. So Atlas and Hercules came up as the water ash glory, where this came up. This is where the Aztecs came in, not only in Elena Denon and Michael Sala with J. JP's messages regarding the Aztecs being on the arcs down below. But ATL is the 9th of 20 of the Tonopoluali. I'm not saying it right, but this is the Aztec 13 cycles of 20, and also Atlas Hercules was coming up as a stream of water, where even Hercules without the H is still Hercules. There's actually a definition for Hercules. So, and Heracles, it's just Greek or Roman, they're both the same. But it comes up as the glory, and between Lyra and the Corona Borealis, where the Aztec calendar is 18 months with 20 days, and then they have a sacred calendar also of 260 days plus the 5 extra days that don't have a name. And also 300 was coming up with the CCC, which is that 333. C is the third letter of the alphabet, but also CCC being 300, and it is the whispering bench times 3. And it gets complicated because it's based on, 2 circles that intermingle with each other to get the actual energies of the day, etc. So I'm sure some of you are familiar with that, but it was over my head. So, but anyway, that was coming up for you. So after defining all the breakdown of the words of Atlas and Hercules, it was coming up as Atlas, Hercules, a stream of water, bright light glory, or to loosen up, to trigger awake, the stinger, the sharp point, the arrow, the end point, to get to a better, higher, or upwards position. And that was at 348. Oh, also the Aztec calendar, that god of maize is Centeotl, Centeotl, I think. The god of maize associated with the group of stars Pleiades, the 7 sisters. And you're supposed to be like the first animal, which was the lizard, because the lizard, when they fall, they climb right back up. And the reed was coming up there too. So the Aztec cycles of 52 years with the 2 circles regarding their calendar, or 4 times 13, where the outer circle is the 365 days, the inner is the 260 for the 52-year round, they call it. And again, 18 months of 20 days each. And the 13s rotate. So there's that energy around 13 again as well. So Atlas and Hercules, and taking out the H, because Atlas and Hercules is then the A and E energy, or E and A energy of the Ea, which is Enki, or the A and E of arts and entertainment, right? Ea is also emotional attachments. And AE is also the ash or bright light, according to Pleiades language, according to Elena Denon. So at 350, which is the Empress and the 50 of the 10 of Cups, and the 50 was coming up in my pyramid read too, which is why I wanted to bring that to you as well, regarding Sirius. So I'll do that after this one. So the bright light together, the map to glory or to the stars. Water and heart, or heart and soul, were water as her harvest. Hercules and Atlas, her harvest at last. Urgent harvest key of water and earth, or soul and heart. Mud, clay, Play-Doh to mold with. Her heart, his tears, both with ears for the whispering bench. HT and TS at the height of the teasing, or contrast, to initiate a new direction of arts and entertainment or emotional attachments, of Enki and Enlil acting together like the odd couple, or emotional attachments to not liking each other. The weight of the world, or taking over for or to relieve a friend, with intent to harvest, or the map of intent to manifest what you want. He works as she decorates and prepares the food. With the 36 here and the 28 map of the twin flame path, I'm just going to give you, it's okay. sorry. The 36 and the 28, the map of the twin flame path equals 64, which is the 10 of swords, the ending of pain, where the C goes to the 6 or the G, the spiral, which also comes up with the 4, right? Because the 6 is the spiral, but the 4 is that L and the 1 put together. But the L is a half size L, and the 1 is the leap, right? From one point to another. It's not actually a line, it's an arc. The Christ and the whispering bench, to the ancient ones, the spiral of the gold, which is the God, the ancient one. The L to the 1, the L is lambda, the Lamb of Christ, and the Da, which is the Father. The leap or the lap dance to do-si-do, right? The lap dance is the 3D energy. The do-si-do is getting up and doing the 8 dance. From sit to stand, and again that energy of rising to a higher place. To stand, or it literally means from sleep to wake up, or to instigate, to incite the heart to start pumping again. From the map of intent to glory. The capital L is also the B of 13, and I established that, I think it was the last read, where it was coming up as equal to 1, where the 3 was a little bit below the 1, but it was like the B energy. So L equaling the 13 of the B, the right angle to transition, the right frequency to tune in, like the D equals the M, because M used to be written as a 1 in parentheses, and then abbreviated as 1 with 1 parenthesis, which is D. And I believe they actually use 2 Ds equaling M when I just saw something yesterday. But again, that can represent the divine director as well. So the M is co-creation, the D equaling the M is the DM, and then the S equals the F of the digamma energy and the sine wave of Sophia, where that is the divine masculine and the sacred feminine. The Lamb of the divine masculine and the sacred feminine, and then the Louis body was coming up, or the linear B, which was the language before Greek, or the pound. The Louis bodies, by the way, is too much protein in the nerve cells, which causes certain dementias. And then the DM was coming up as the Deutsche Mark, which of course is German money, the Daily Mail, the Dungeon Master, the direct message. But DM also means Adam site, ADAMSITE. And that is diphenylaminochloroarsine. Dimensional modeling, dry matter, De Morgan's law. The complement of a union is the intersection of the complements. The complement of a union is the intersection of the complements. Right? So to complement is being next to each other, but when they come together, that is the union. And that's De Morgan's law, DEMORGAN's law. So SF came up as, they all come up as countries. So LB comes up as Lebanon, DM is Dominican, and then the SF comes up as Finland. But SF is also Psi-Phi, of course, square feet, San Fran, super formula. So it was very interesting. There was a common theme here of money, right? The English pound, the German mark, and Adam's site. And so the way it was coming up here with the LB is like to get set with the pound, the English pound, and the SF is the sforzando of music, that attack in music, SF. And it also means yesterday. And I was just getting yesterday. Love was such an easy game to play. So that's coming up as well. So that attack in music, which is Italian, where the pound is English and the mark is German, and this the sforzando is also the leap. So we have the passage having this mark, and the German ingenuity with English preparation and Italian fortitude to get the job done. The German perfectionist of the divine masculine, co-creator, the English preparation of the neutral LB, or lambda, right? And then the Italian fortitude to get it done of the aggressive and expressive SF of the twin ray gamma of the divine feminine there. The silence of the lambda is the middle, the neutrality, the transition at the right angle. From the Emperor number 4 to the Page of Cups 40, adding a 0, or Anu to Ea or Enki, adding a 0 or source embodiment to the mix. The capital M of the 2 I's and the V of 2 co-creating. The M body intent. 2 IMs creating a map of intent. Louis, 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 Louis. So I was getting that. And then the intent, the intention was coming up as the intent and protein, which was cracking me up because there's a sexual reference there, right? Intent to tent, and then the protein, and the Louis body here. 2 IMs creating a map of intent. Louis, 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 Louis. And there's that reference to the shadow with Louis, which I wasn't even getting yesterday. At 510, which is the change and freedom, expansion, and the 10 of that high vibration destiny. Of intent and protein, which Louis bodies is too much protein in the nerves. And then at 511, which is freedom and change and the Hierophant, and the 11 of Libra and alignment, the 4 of the Emperor and the 36 of Atlas equals the 40 of the Page of Cups, that innocence, that pure love. Or the Emperor and Atlas equals the Page of Cups. So when the Emperor takes the weight of the world on his shoulders, or gets mapped to the stars, then he becomes his innocent child inside, humbled and becomes a kid again. The divine masculine observing the divine feminine as the tree and the he's observing as the tree and he's observing as from the canoe, just seeing how she is. This were lots of images of the masculine looking at the feminine and how gentle she is. The 516 of the freedom of the tower, and again the expansion and change of epiphanies and sudden events and sexual exchange, and the underlying energy of the 37 of the King of Cups, detaching from drama to look up. After Thanksgiving, the truth of the shaman of 55, with the energetic exchange with their ancestors, and the dreams, which is 34, and the 17 of conquering your fears, as the message of 5 in a bottle, and the shell mouthpiece, or platform perhaps, with the 7 of the water vehicle of ascension, the chariot or key Cancer emotions of the King of Swords 51 of purity and innocence, and the King of Cups 37 of the 13 and transitioning, water and air, L to 13 or the B, the right angle for transition from the 7 of water and Cancer to the 13 of air and Scorpio. So the, and then again, 7 and 13 were coming up here, which I always get as God's birthday is December 7th and the 13th. And the 18 months of the Aztec or Mother Earth and Ice Cube, or 0-point field of suspended animation and grounding plug. The Confederation ships up by Jupiter and the arcs down below, and that has to do with Elena Denon and Michael Salla, what they talk about. The 7 to the 13 and then to the 21, which is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, all of the water signs coming up here. The key to transition to another world is to be in a water energy, because you're made of water. 7 days a week, or 13-day Aztec cycles, 21 of indigo, or Indian, so indigo and Indian coming up, and the mothership or star, 2 plus 1, Sirius A and B, creates C of love, the whispering bench. Twins Bella, or Beetle and Bella, with juice and tricks up their sleeve, with Sirius Mother and Procyon, or positive ancestors, all ganging up on Orion, triangling his belt. The transition to the purple moon, which is Mary Magdalene, Jesus, of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the star of Bethlehem, which again, Beth is the house of God, and Lehem was coming up as Lahayim. 11 of justice and alignment in the wake-up call, The alignment of the mother's clarion call home at Thanksgiving, right? When she used to call us home for dinner, she'd just go outside the house and yell for us to come home. But this is that mother's clarion call home at Thanksgiving, reminding the King of Wands' son, 23, to eat his dinner that she sent him home with, and to eat healthily to maintain his balance. Remember that elk energy is a great guy, but if he doesn't eat properly, he's a real jerk. So listen and take note, with water and air to breathe, and the King of Swords and King of Cups between, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. So then it took me to, again, the age of Aquarius and when the moon is in the 7th house. Now I always talk about the moon being the daughter, right? Because the Mother Earth at her core is also her heart and her womb, becomes the daughter when she gains her independence, is the representation of the purple moon. When the moon is in the 7th house, or moon, again, the M-O is the human embodiment of the O and the M of Mary Magdalene, and then the N of Jesus and his human embodiment. So when the moon, or Jesus and Mary, of the daughter, and then Sarah comes up, is in the 7th house, which is the home of the ray, and remember I told you the child I miscarried when I was very young was named Cesare, which I didn't know at the time, but it translates to home of a ray. When the moon is in the 7th house, or the home of the ray, the chariot, which is also Cancer, and Jupiter, which is Zeus, and the confederation ship, and Saggy, aligns with the Mars, which is the energy of the sun. And again, Scorpio and Aries come up there as well. So the fire signs are coming up there, and then Leo came up here. So when the moon is in the 7th house, the home of the ray, and chariot and Cancer, and Jupiter aligns with Mars, so Saggy and Scorpio, or Aries. But I feel like it's Aries because I feel like they're bringing together the fire signs here where the water signs were already brought together. And J and M are coming up here with Jupiter and Mars. And again, the Jesus and Mary Magdalene energy, which is also my daughter, Jenna Michelle. So again, the daughter Sarah coming up as well. The Emperor with positive action now is Scorpio to Sagittarius in the present moment. We're now in Sagittarius. When the twins and or the daughter gains their Independence Day in the 7th house of the U.S. or July 4th, or in the Jewslie of Julius and the Ides of March of 14th and 15th, of angels and demons or women and men, Pi Day, which is the circle with the line down the middle, of 314, and Ides Day of the 15th of the 44 and Julius's assassination, sharing the weight of Atlas and Hercules, and then character assassination of her map of intent. Since 314 is Lady's choice of Valentine's, and 315 was a tax day that he would have to deliver. When Zeus aligns with the eyes of Laura Mars in a total eclipse of the heart, then peace will guide the planets and love will steer the stars. After 3 water signs, and Libra calls out to maintain the King of Wands' balance, and there's the fire signs of Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, or calling him out on his imbalance, this is the dawning. This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius at 5:58. The 5 of the Hierophant, the 58 of the 4 of Swords. A time of rest, and Taurus being in the North Node. The water bearer, the emotion of laughter. So you see all this water sign energy that's associated with Aquarius, even though it's deemed an air sign. The water bearer is the emotion of laughter, keeping the emotions light. Like, the air gets water in it too, but it's light, not like the dense water on the ground. The water bearer, the emotional laughter, bringing out all the water signs, since all the world's a stage, and they are the emoters. The King of Swords reminds the King of Cups, the King of Cups is multiples, to breathe and ground and connect with the stars, to transition through 0 point purple moon to the world, completion, and to being whole, and the whole of 0 point, the vortex. And the Indy 500 was coming up here, which was coming up as Indy of the 50 plus 0 or source energy backing it up. Again, the 50 coming up of the Indi Lambda, right? Because 50 is L, which is Lambda, the Lamb of Christ, the dad of the Father, which Indi is in 2, the Lamb and the Father, with source backup. The in 2 Lamb Fathers, which is funny too because my kid's dad's mother's maiden name is Fairlamb, which is his middle name. So there's the energy of the Lamb and the division of the Lamb Fathers. The King of Swords then calls the King of Wands to remind him of his alignment. The 22 of the Archangel Sandalphon aligned with Neptune, and Blue Madonna with Blue Sirius connection present with gifts. The Fool's Lyran leap to align with Sirius Mother present. At 6:10, which is my mother's birthday, which is the 6 of the lovers, the 10 of the destiny, of that high vibration, and also Gemini. The 33 of the dimensional gateway of unity consciousness, of diamonds. Dimensional is diamonds, with D-I-M-E-N-S represents diamonds, but also it means humans. And there's an invitation there at the gateway to the Golden Gate, the spiral aqua rose gold mother's heart of the 66-3 to the 33-6 of the masculine and feminine, invited to go Om with the 48 of walking away within to the void, with sudden 16 of the Holy Grail connection to gold, spiraling through Om in a quantum leap to the 9, the Hermit, one and all, running with the shadow bird, and action at 6:14, which is the energy of the lovers and the higher love of the Temperance card, which is also, and it came up as 6:14 and 6:15 here, of the lovers of the angels and the devil, which are all 6:14 is the first day I ever reached out to my twin, and the 15th was the first day he replied to me. So the Hermit, one and all, running with the shadow bird, and action with holy communication from the top dog, of the 4 to the 7 of the mother between, and the meeting the mother at the 4D to 5D gate, which is the 33 going over the bridge to the 22 station of the 5D. The gate, and then also 33 is that unity consciousness or Christ energy gateway, and then 22 is Sandalphon being at the 5D station. So then at 7:52, which is the Chariot and the 52 of the Queen of Swords, of joy, beauty, intuition, and Sandalphon serenading you. And the number 13 comes up there again. 22 of Sandalphon and the Fool with an open heart taking a leap of faith, and the 29 of the Blue Madonna equals 51, which is the King of Swords when they're together. Invited to the Golden Gate via the number 33 4D bridge, Om, home through the Holy Grail to the Holy Communion, or God's spiral rail, or loop-de-loop, to the calm union, pulling into the stationing. And so, and by the way, one of the railways is called Mark, so Mark is coming up again, M-A-R-K-C. And then all of the Union stations came up. There's a whole bunch of them, like D.C., Kansas City, Worcester, Massachusetts, LA, St. Louis, Raleigh, Chicago, Denver, Utica, New York, Toronto, Canada, and of course Union, the subway station in New York. That's 14th Street, Union Square Station, and then Union Street Station is 4th Avenue subway in New York as well. And of course there's other Union stations around the country that are no longer used as railroads. At 8:02 was the Dance of the Feminine or Higher Self, where 11:21:22 came up right there. At 10:11 was this, what I looked up online, was Smart Transportation Division. So there was something else there where they were there was talk about going on strike, 28,000 conductors rejecting their contract. But the date and time that came up of this report was 11:21:22 at 10:11, which is the time on the Liberty card. of patience and liberty. And at 8:12, the dance of wisdom and hanging out, seeing the perspectives, the second largest union approved the contract and then split the two rail systems in half, right? Because one were accepting it and one wasn't, and then the third rejected as well. So November 23rd, 22, Union Square Station, 2 people were also slashed on the L train platform inside the Manhattan subway station at 10:25 p.m. At 8:20, that was that message. The dance of the divine feminine. And there's that L train of 50 again, and the lambda. At 8:23 to 24, which is the King and Queen of Wands, and the dance between them, again came up the 4 to the 7, which the 4 breaks down to the 1 of dot to dot, the leap, and the L of lambda and 50. And then the 7 being the key, but also represent the reflection of each other, except the reflection is bigger than the upright L. All right, so you take 4 and 7 apart, you get the L, and then the upside down L, and then the leap between. All right, so we have lambda, so it's like having a 50 over 50 below, right? So they cancel each other out, except the 50 below is larger than the 50 above. But the L train here was coming up as the love train. Don't forget about that, right? It always comes back to that truth is love and love is truth. And the love train as LT comes up as a left twist and the light. So I'm going to go back now to that pyramid read I did for you, because that's a quick one. And I wanted to give you the energy around that 50, because that 50 came up again. So on that pyramid read I showed you at 7:55 p.m. on the 26th was the underlying energy of the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Cups, Indigo, the Page of Pentacles, the 9 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. And by the way, it's 56 minutes now if you want to know the time. And it's 11:59, it's the minute before noon, the 11th hour. The Lovers, waves of flames walking away within, as Indigo proposed to curious Page of Pentacles, hiding underground in separation. Reflecting sudden events, or the Whale with the 3 of Swords. And Sophia energy, or southeast and south, and the Whale. I don't know if something's going on in Florida right now, but the Whale in south and southeast came up here in separation, reflecting that. The Starseed transition, walking in offering a new life. A groundbreaking ending of pain and betrayal. The twin flame divine masculine's heart in the Batcave with the Queen of Wands, and the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave as the Queen of Cups in energetic exchange, with success in opening their crown to the 10 of Pentacles family, business, community, or L for legacy, and the Garden of Prayer. The Shadow Ace of Wands, or the Flame, and the King of Pentacles on fire, juggling 3 and leaving 2 for later, and reflection of the Hermit exposing that. The abundance of the Empress with arms open to the 10 of Cups family, and the wounded warrior Emperor tossing their artificial hand, as the Knight of Wands, now with a slow burn, hiding in the woods, with the 3 of Pentacles Trinity, or workplace, place of co-creation, and the Knight of Wands grieving the 2 of Cups, as the Emperor at work, the Knight of Wands grieving the 2 of Cups, right, partnership, as the Emperor's at work with the world at his fingertips, exposing all and energized, or world is upside down or incomplete and drained. And here the message was coming up, the star 5 of the messages that were coming up from the partial words in this read were coming up as the star 5 of the Sirius. A-B-U-N-E means above. So Sirius above. So obviously Sirius, which is Alpha Canis Majoris. The Sirius is the 5th nearest star system to the Earth and contains 2 of the 8 nearest stars. Sirius A and B orbit each other every other 50 years. Was also coming up here as a one-horse vehicle of sadness and sorrow. Sirius left assistant without sorrow, or left above. The Knight 0 or good human, and the 50 of the twin rays which is the ultimate emotional fulfillment, or night 0 of 50, and that represents the Aztec calendar, reflecting the sun, envisioning Christ's vision or Christ-like sun, to see the tie-on, the tiger-lioness connection on the whispering bench, the Christ-like flames, where the Queen of Wands with the Ten of Pentacles, Hermit, Emperor, and Trinity completely exposed, the Divine Masculine's heart wakened to the frog to prince, again elevating themselves upward, the wounded warrior hiding to grieve, and the twin flame attention or success with the King of Pentacles and the family of the Ten of Cups, with the flyer on top, the Knight of Wands, ending pain, an energetic exchange with Flame Empress offered a new life. The Queen of Cups with unnatural death or ending, and transition of the Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave in a leap of faith at 846, the dance of the inner children, the Six of Cups. At 47, again 4 to 7, the heart to the crown, is the Starseed with the download waking them up. The Hermit in the Mary Magdalene cave caught in the web of the Empress with the Knight of Wands grieving exposure of transition of the Queen of Cups and new passion from the Ten of Cups hiding with the world in their hand. The Ace of Pentacles offering of a new life perhaps, or time, money, and energy, an energetic exchange with the King of Pentacles wounded warrior. So here's the EE and the WW. With the King of Pentacles wounded warrior at work ending pain with attention to war. With the Emperor and the twin flame wake-up call. With the Hermit shedding light on the Emperor, the Divine Masculine's heart holding on to the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, community, or legacy of the Queen of Wands, or Kincaid was coming up, so there may be art related to that, or maybe someone's name is Kincaid. And then the Knight of Pentacles proposing the King of Swords, the Sovereign, and the Page of Cups, puppy love, with the higher self comfortably numb, and the Knight of Pentacles opening their heart to the higher self sovereign, with the King of Swords as the witness standing by, knowing and floating on air, or the King of Swords mediating the Knight of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles, offering love to the higher self and floating on air at 856, the dance of the knowingness of the Two of Swords. All right, so that was the pyramid read. So the next read for you was my 4-deck read with the Wild Unknown. Okay, so here's that read. So it's the same setup, but different decks. So here we have the Wild Unknown Tarot on the top. Again, the 3 cards pulled, and then whatever. And this was just pulled naturally, and they all came out 3. And these came out 2 sets of 3, but they came out in 3s. So we had all 3s here, 3, 3, 3. It was funny because instead of 3, 3, 3, 3, it came up another 3 to make it 9 3s, a complete set. Here's the underlying energies. This one is the Kipper deck. This is the Gilded, and then the bottom is the Lenormand Reverie. Okay, so I'll bring these up a little closer so you can see them. Okay. So this was done yesterday at 10:20 to 22 is when I put the cards out. The 10 of the High Vibe Destiny of the Wheel, the 20 to 22 is Judgment, the World, and then that Leap of Faith of the Fool. It's 12:06 now on my clock, which is the Hanging Man and the Lovers with space between, or the family and community. So the message of the day here from the Wild Unknown, the Kipper, Gilded, and Lenormand, which we had all 3s come out, and then 3, 3, 6, 9 3s altogether. The underlying energy was the Phoenix and the 29 of Imprisonment, the 2 of Swords reversed, and the 15 of the Polar Bear and the 10 of Wands, which is the Atlas energy. Of rebirth, of the Phoenix rising from the ashes, imprisoned at present with Mouse and Lock, waiting anxiously in the fires of transformation with new information and clarity to make a decision that may throw you off balance, with the Devil or codependencies or addictions, or a pushy bear, a pushy mother, or Capricorn, or perhaps a teddy bear. Atlas, burden, codependencies, and responsibilities coming up here. the underlying energy of being slow to respond, to stretch to wake. The hyena is grumpy with peacock pretty in pink. At mid-moon, or building moon to the full moon on December 7th to the 8th, clearing the wound of dear one no longer here, with mouse growing wings and lost in space as the bat, with dear one behind, with cheetah ready to pounce on them, and elk backing them up. And remember, the elk is the one who's an amazing man unless he doesn't eat right, and then he's a jerk. So the dear ones left behind with the cheetah ready to pounce on them, with the elk backing them up, and again that shadow aspect of them, with root transformation. With root transformation. The mouse is ungrounded by the dear one's love, and the cheetah wanting to jump on them, with elk defending them, or telling bat to grow some. In the root of safety and power, as the mouse hides, afraid of change, the shark attacks, triggered by mouse, and gazelle relaxes, it's in their nature. The deer in the headlights, suspended in air, looking straight ahead, knowing the shark will go away if they ignore them, not feeling or not feeding into the aggressive behavior, like a dog triggered and scared by the lawnmower's noise and hiding inside, and then taking that energy out, trying to trigger their mother who's relaxed. At 10:51 to 52, again, is that destiny of the King and Queen of Swords, and 3 cards here where the buffaloes roam. And the young otter is curious about the moth to the flame and why they do that. Or buffalo man looking at the gazelle, curious about the attraction. Or each with dualistic nature, curious and attractive, scared and aggressive. Fear leading to aggression, but no fear leads to getting zapped. Right? So there's always the positive and negative side in everyone's personality. Or each with little ones who express this way. At 10:57, which is the wheel, and then the 3 of swords of separation and also healing, the 33 of the older man with concerns of martyrdom, and the 22 of the official person at the station, which comes up as Jesus and Archangel Sandalphon of the 33 bridge and the 22 5D station. So the older man with concerns of martyrdom and the official person at the station, right, the one who greets everybody, Sandalphon, who's very sweet. And then the 38 of the Queen of Cups, toiling and laboring, with the main male, number 1, to manage and manifest change. One and all, intuiting and advising as the hermit, which is the one and all, with the new home and new car perhaps, the fool's journey of doing the work on their heart. The divine masculine creating foundations with protections in place, currently feeling imprisoned, if not actually, with status of title and home. So feeling imprisoned, or actually someone could be in prison as well. But again, dealing with their need for status at work, and then the abundance of home, right? Having the biggest and best and all that kind of stuff. So at 11:03 is justice of alignment, the 3 of the Empress and abundance, and the earth, Terra, Gaia. And the first is the 14 of the message of concern, and the 14 is also the temperance card of patience and angels and that higher love, but also a lack of that. So the 14 of the message of concern, and the 4 of the Emperor of courtship, the 32 of despair, perhaps anxious about losing patience, a message of concern, and the mouse who's afraid, needing patience and angels for justice to clear the family tree. Sagittarius, Libra, and Taurus here. In the Emperor's court, or stable courtship under attack, clearinghouse, or coming clean for Saggy wounded warrior to leave or get out of dodge, or perhaps being kicked out, or warned to leave before they get fired, or before they get attacked, or before, the war comes in. The elk is transforming and imprisoned by the journey of despair, or the pair, or the emperor must let them go, or the emperor or Aries is imprisoned literally, and the world comes in to break up the act, or the word comes in to break up the act, or court decision came in and is not in their favor, perhaps imprisoned Aries and Saggy must leave, or doctor imprisoned or with anxiety, and patients must find another healer or location, or got the word that patient is stable and breathing and that's a sigh of relief, or letting it all come out after being so worried for so long, and then all of a sudden someone breaking down in tears and letting those tears flow. With 3 cards there, aligning with 11 and 777 and hitting the jackpot, the 6 of the mature woman and the moon child, or Libra, Gemini, and Cancer here, or mother with justice for daughter, or perhaps inheritance, and this could be a lawsuit decision or divorce decision coming in, siding with the mother or daughter, or man destabilized or imprisoned, but the family has what they need to get on without them, right? So they don't have to worry about them, they're fine. 1120 is justice and the 20 of judgment, which are both the most legal numbers, right? 11 and 20. But it's aligning with the wake-up call to action. The underlying energy of the King of Cups after a death or near-death experience or dark night of the soul. The King of Cups with Scorpio in their chart, awakening to their trust issues, which the releasing from them, or the waking up to this of their own trust issues, releases them from their own inner prison or anxieties, or actual prison. With the Queen of Pentacles upright, Peacock, with the Page of Cups upright, an innocent child or message or puppy love there, with the Queen of Cups reversed with mad skills coming together, with the 9 of Pentacles sovereign or independent, or with just a little love from the Queen of Pentacles mother, seeing the Queen of Cups reversed transform into independent 9 of Pentacles with self-love, choosing a new path or a twin flame path under the radar, or after falling off the horse, willing to fight to get back on without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for that heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I'm laid to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man scorned and covered with scars still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star. So the first verse I had to bring up as well, which was to dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave dare not go, to right the unrightable wrong, and to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow this star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause. And again, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And again, this is very much the masculine motto. 1132 being justice and the journey of rising from the ashes and released from sin with justice. Balance in coming clean or getting clean or cleaning up the act or space with the Queen of Swords, the Lady of Light, or the King of Cups upright with Libra, coming clean to or about the Queen of Swords. At 1135, which again is 11 of Justice or Libra energy, and 35 of Saggy and the Wounded Warrior, 3 cards came out here. The High Priestess reversed, the Hierophant upright, and the Knight of Cups. The secret passion for traditional commitment as the Knight of Cups, or lack of integrity in a marriage, religion, or establishment, or her refusal to keep her secrets or keep their secrets, has now set them free. Pisces reversed, or Divine Feminine in 5D, and Taurus upright with Child of Love, or Love Child here. With 1138, which is the Queen of Cups, and also Libra energy there. And all the Cups cards were coming up here. We had the Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, King of Cups, and Knight of Cups. As Gemini upright and reversed presents, Virgo upright, Libra and Taurus upright, but Scorpio and Pisces reversed, and Aries and Sag reversed. At 1141 is justice of the Ace of Cups, of new love, of self-love, and the Gilded story of deception of a plan, or up early to invest in the 10 of Cups emotional fulfillment or happiness of the family, with the Page of Wands reversed after a sudden event, or ungrounded after fighting with the King of Swords reversed, and the Page of Swords upright weakened by the King of Wands, or someone with Leo in their chart, where we had Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo all reversed right here, with the world at his feet, or at least the divine feminine or Pisces at the workplace, to dump responsibilities, a load, a burden, or confess the truth, tempted by the Holy Grail, with the Page of Pentacles reversed, without a way out of their chains, and the wounded warrior upright pleading with the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community, for a car or for a break or vacation, with patience and withholding, saving or playing hardball, juggling with their eye on the prize, the lovers out in the cold, triumphing over uncomfortable emotions of holding on and keeping their cards close to their chest, about falling out or a negative past, bad memories, and or celebrating a breakup, or being happy alone, without X always apologizing for destabilizing the home, or leaving, moving, visiting others, or not letting the past go, or X not forgiving and moving and ending pain or getting a massage, with the Ace of Cups, Holy Grail, new love, with the Knight of Swords, deliverance, the message of truth about or from the King of Pentacles reversed, of betrayal and heated exchange, or constant arguing until that ship finally sailed, the Viking ship, or Chinese in grass, shipping and receiving, or unending, Knight of Pentacles upright, always going back to clean up the mess, and needing to swallow their pride, but not heeding the call, or perhaps they choked, defenseless or without an excuse, for sneaking out at night to find peace while the frog watched, needing to heal depression with overworking, or that things aren't working out, embarrassed, tripped up, or fell from grace, or on their face, or pushed to their emotional limit, dumping emotional attachments, disillusioned, Emperor reversed, and Knight of Wands reversed, player, released from a nightmare or prison after scam exposed, getting over loss or regret, with the Empress upright and the Queen of Wands upright, the mother and daughter bond, or the wife who was in a lesbian connection, or destined partnership of the devil's fire, or codependency, or Capricorn and Taurus with Leo, uninspired or frustrated by the Hermit reversed, the Death card reversed, and the King of Cups, who may be an ill parent holding on. Maybe someone's waiting for someone to die, but they keep holding on. Or the King of Cups upright at 1201, which is the Hanging Man and the Divine Masculine, or the Magician. The King of Cups is upright with Virgo and Scorpio in their chart, getting over trust issues and or anxiety, or recently got out of prison, or unable to sleep until they're released from work for Thanksgiving break. And remember, this was on the 28th. With the King, the Queen of Pentacles upright, the Page of Cups upright, the Queen of Cups reversed, missing them and manifesting a good time together, celebrating independence, or with the Nine of Pentacles sovereign, a new choice of path, or twin flame in need of attention and play to gain clarity of mind and to make a decision, or released from their worries of work to enjoy the family, the justice of not having to feel like wanting to escape all the time, just hanging out with Lady of Light, Queen of Swords, or the journey of Lady Liberty, with secret passion who's married and offering love to everyone but them. And at 1209, the Hanging Man and the Hermit, of the underlying energies of the 39 Knight of Cups, taking a risk, the gamble through the maze to come together and be present with truth and love. And the 22 on the journey to the Queen of Pentacles, away from atlas burdens of inequity of no map. The 28 of the Loving Man, and Cancer pup wanting the 10 of Cups family to lead them or take them for a walk. And that was funny because right at that moment, Jenna came out of her room carrying Teddy to go for a walk. The Knight of Cups nudging the Power Lady to go for a walk as she looks outside to see if it's a burden, as the Loving Man with a rose, which the rose equals the pup with an orange or red leash and ball, finding peace amongst the castles in the neighborhood, with the Mama Bear, leading them out the door, testing the temperature to see if it's cold, with Aries, Cancer, Leo, and Capricorn here. At 1219, the Hanging Man and the Sun, the first card out here was out into nature, Capricorn, Taurus, or clearing the trunk in the tree of life, and seeing synchronicities and heaven in their eyes. the freedom and change and expansion of nature, as the fox gets to run free or play catch me if you can. With Sagittarius, King of Wands, standing up to the mice and the pests and the pets and the kids' messes, or wanting to get back quickly to protect the house from the critters who have been stealing their food. The mouse hiding until the King of Wands leaves. The Sagittarius message of concern with difficult energies or anxieties, of travel, and needing some time to acclimate and find balance, or go for a walk. As the shark attacks the gazelle coming in, the Emperor's court, so he thinks, and taking over, to make a clean sweep and get out of there, while the gazelle, 32, on a journey of the pair, gets her feelings hurt, but over it quickly, as the Queen of Swords isn't ignoring the King of Wands' shenanigans, wanting to be back in his own space, some quiet time alone perhaps. And 3 cards here at 1229 of the Hanging Man being present, the 3 of the Empress and or the King of Wands taking off for blissful cruise with wise counsel or well-grounded pair reaping rewards together. Or nature calls, the pirate home, as the wise pair enjoy crossing bridges together, or the Empress and Queen of Cups, or mother and daughter, or Taurus and Pisces, on a cruise leaving the King of Wands Saggy to clean up the messes at 1233, which is so much the Christ energy on the cross. Sunshine brings a whole new life, or group trip or vacation, a sunshine perspective. Or suddenly clouds are cleared, as the 44, Hercules, or that 4 of Cups of grounding, integrating, and mastering how to receive love, with testing, examining, and magnifying. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. So Hercules, her harvest, done to the last detail, with High Priestess or Pisces, and Divine Feminine sharing good luck, naturally balanced, with Taurus and Pisces in Divine Feminine here. And the energies of 38 to 44, which is the Divine Feminine energies of the Queen of Cups and Hercules. And then 12-3 to 2 was coming up here. And so the 12-3 is the way 12 would be written in numerology, 12/3. But also December 3rd could be coming up, but backwards to the 2nd. But that could be January 2nd. So 1, 2 of 12, but is also January and February, or January 2nd. So we could be January 12/3 to January 2nd is coming up as significant here. And then the way the numbers came up was 312, 312. So I looked up 312 in Gematria, and the first entry of 312, which is also referencing the spiral, the first entry was Patricio, Patricio. Second entry, was Melinda Gates. The third entry was Holiness. Number 4 was Matriarch. 5 was Bridget, B-R-I-G. I don't know if it's I or E-T-T-E. The 6th entry was Archangel Samael. It's A-E-L, not U-E-L. So S-A-M-A-E-L. And the 7th was Policeman's, with an S on it. 8 was Independent. 9 was Home Depot. And that was that message there. Okay. So now we have the message from this morning, where I just pulled out a few cards. I didn't do 2 on purpose. They just all came out 2 at a time. So that's the message today. So the last read was 3s yesterday, and the message from today were all coming out as 2s, which we just talked about, the 3 going to the 2. So the underlying energies to the left, and the cards that came out 2 by 2 just naturally came out to the right. And that's what I pulled out for you guys this morning, just to get some more updated energies. So we have Journey of Love up top, and then Metatron, and then Shaman Dreams, and then Nature's Whispers. Is that right? I think that Falling Angel, was that in the right deck? I'm confused. Because I think that falling angel was in the wrong deck by accident, which is fine. The read is still fine. But that last one is Nature's Whispers, and the third one is the Shaman Dreams. But I think that falling angel card is actually from the Shaman Dreams deck. So this is how that one went, and that was today. So from 10 to 4, and it's 1:25 on the clock here. 10 is the Wheel of Fortune, and then from 4 to 6, which 10-4 is message received, and then to 5 and 6, which has to do with freedom and family. The Journey of Love underlying energy was 17 and her grace. Going out to the first card, 28 of Sacred Convergence, and the 8 of the Yin Yang Lover, which references that Instagram picture I posted of the clouds with the number 8 holding on to an engagement ring. Metatron deck, the underlying energy was 25 of Passion, which is also the Knight of Wands. And the first card out and second card was the 43 and 31, which is Healing and Transformation. The Shaman Dreams underlying energy was the 19 of the Falling Angel. Oh, so that's what happened. The Falling Angel was the bottom of the Shaman deck, and it just fell onto the deck below, but that's okay. Falling Angel was the underlying energy, and then 52 and 44 came up, which, as I always talk about, that being the same energy, right? The 52 of Lady Liberty, or the Queen of Swords, straddling worlds, which also comes up here as Pisces energy. But then 52 Queen of Swords comes up as the 44 Hercules energy. So that's bringing those two energies together of the Divine Feminine in the perfect storm. Then Nature's Whispers underlying energy is the 49 of Heighten Your Vitality, and the 41 of being in service to the vulnerable, and the 14 of assurance of all the generations of Divine Feminine's past, right? That all seasons will come and go. So the Ancient Ones, and here we have first the card 61 came up in the underlying energy, where she loves, but she takes a risk with the 61 to love, and to love herself. The Ancient Ones 52 of the Queen of Swords receives the light of the 1 of Heart Fire, the light that comes through the heart, to the 6 of Alignment with Angel of Jupiter awakening, dreaming of her grace and extending a hand, to the Twin Flame Sacred Convergence at the 9/11 Memorial Winter Wonderland, bending over backwards in the tunnel to lay down her hair while holding back triggers that are trying to get in, or she's preventing the breaks in the seal, or taking the hit for the collective. The 0 point in hand, or ice. So it's like she's holding a sharp knife that's coming through the cyclone into the vortex, and she's keeping it out while bending backward, laying her hair down, like the red carpet for the Divine Masculine. The underlying energy of the 18, Mother Earth, the ice cube, suspended animation, as building up to the purple moon of the full moon on 12/7 to 8. It's on the 8th UTC time, from orange to gold, which is ego to God. And notice the ego and God both have G and O in them, but the ego has the E of 5, and God has the D of 4, which is stability. 5 is freedom. The back and forth, again, of the 4 and the 5 of stability and freedom, right? When you're stable, you want freedom. When you're free, you want stability. With the water chariot, which is your body, the icosahedron, which icosa means I matter, and you are made of matter, so you need water. Emotional well-being. The 22 of the Archangel Sandalphon, who's with you now, Saint Dolphin, Mr. Sandman, serenading you with his lyre, as the Blue Madonna holds Sirius alignment at present with gifts, stirring up the heart with the 25 Knight of Wands, who lights that fire under your butt, with a love for life, heating up her grace, coming together to pause and receive healing in the chaos of life with the light and dark transformation, receiving the light and allowing the shadow to watch from behind. Healing then, receiving some sun, or lighting up your sun after they fire you up. The underlying energy of the 61, the whale's song, resonates. And that actually was the falling angel came up on top there, on top of the whale song resonating. Her grace, his passion, the whale's song, and the earth's vitality, or the genie in a bottle, as the 48 sky dancers surrender, destined to dive deep, to show the curious stranger, Knight of Swords, how to shadow them, by exposing all and allowing yourself to be blinded by the light, allowing the fall, and allowing another to care for them, to feed them, or nurse them back to health. With cards 41 and 14, which reflect each other, the Ace of Cups and the Temperance card, all for one and one for all, rising Grail and falling Angel, the old wives' tales assuring you that this too shall pass, as the 52 and 44 Queen of Swords Hercules, Lady Liberty, and her harvest straddles worlds, creating the perfect storm of the raven peacock on the eagle's perch. Which is the ravenous show-off ready to launch. So there are those messages. And now we have the 3-deck read on the table for you guys. And this was done at 9:02 p.m. where I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck. Let me show you the picture. Okay, so here's the read on the table, so you can see it from above. Okay, SIRIAN Starseed deck is the main deck. We have the Rider-Waite Mini for clarifiers, and the numerology deck is up here where you have blues, teals, and purples coming up there. So the upper chakra system's coming up for you guys. The underlying energy there was music, and the orange, creation of music, or the muse of the inner child. And at 9:02, I cut the SIRIAN Starseed deck, which is the Hermit and the Higher Self, or Divine Feminine. And I finished clarifying at 9:14, which is the Hermit and that Higher Love of the Temperance card. The major arcana here was the Shadow in the read, or the Devil. Before the read was Karma, or Judgment. And after the read was the Higher Self and Reason, which is the Emperor. There were 1 cup, 3 swords, 4 wands, and 2 pentacles. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Page of Wands were all in the read, as well as the 9 of Pentacles and the 9 of Swords, because they definitely can come up as characters here. And after the read was the 9 of Cups, so we had 3 9s right there, and then the Queen of Wands came up before the read. We had triple 2s and triple 9s here. The triple 2s of that energy of the feminine and the higher self, the fool's journey and love of the family. And the triple 9s of major compassion of source energy here. Remember, 3 times 9 is 27, which is the Ace of Wands, which creates inspiration, the flame. And the 3 2s of the 6 of the family and the lovers. We also have 8, 9, 10 begin again. We have double 8s here as well as the twins dancing side by side, both within their own masculine and feminine. We have the 23 of the King of Wands, and 35 of the Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands, the 57 of the 3 of Swords, 78 of the 10 of Pentacles, 89 of the Phi energy of expanding or contracting or staying in the middle, reflecting, and then the 9, 10, begin again, and 29 of the 3 of Wands, being present in the moment with gifts. So the code line here is all about change and spiritual partnership, and the number 5. So again, change, freedom, expansion, and the Hierophant. The messages came up as this. SST came up, if that means anything to you specifically, but it's also coming up as the Throne of the King, the Adept to the nth degree, to see the key of freedom rings with the bridge to the left, the Queen of Swords show of power, the Sophia path, the after-death test to the nth degree, to see the key of the Hierophant and the Ice Queen's show of power. And again, the ice is coming up as the 0-point field. Also the Sirius path, the Knight to the nth degree, to see the key of 5 of change and freedom and expansion, that I have, I own, the left, which the L is also the 50, and it also the right angle, and it is also the lambda, the Lamb and the Father. The Queen of Swords, show of power, with change and spiritual partnership. So this starts out at 1033, again the Christ vibration and destiny, with the Knight of Cups, and the underlying energy here is the big card with the little cards on top. Below that top card is the Seven of Wands upright, the Two of Swords upright, the Queen of Wands reversed, Karma reversed, and Two of Pentacles reversed. Standing up for self and yet keeping to self. The Queen of Wands reversed may be abusive here, or sick or tired, or sick and tired, and taking a fall, perhaps tripped up or not surrendering to all that is. As the Knight of Cups is offering love, the Empress reversed is presently appealing the decision on a quest to overturn, perhaps. The recent past of the Eight of Wands upright and the energetic exchange of the Queen of Wands, who's happy with themselves, or visiting the unstable Queen of Pentacles reversed, who may be triggered by the Knight of Wands rushing in on behalf of the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups, who are both upright. The Knight of Cups is upright and the Queen of Cups is upright in energetic exchange with the Empress reversed, presently fighting to stop the juggling. The Empress reversed and the Queen of Pentacles reversed could be a mother and daughter as well, unstable or moving or dumped or pushed to their limits by the Knight of Wands upright with the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. The foundation here is and again, King of Pentacles and King of Cups are all the earth signs and water signs, and then the Knight of Wands is the fire sign energies of action. The foundation is the Shadow reversed, detoxing the King of Wands reversed, which is coming up, could be a sexual predator, coming together to end the war with Patient Angel. Or predator, King of Wands reversed, is now an angel, and that could be someone who passed or someone who transformed themselves. The underlying energy of the Chariot reversed broken, the High Priestess is in justice, with the Emperor upright, with Cancer and Libra reversed, Pisces and Aries upright here, perhaps stuck with sister or higher self or aid, in need of justice with the Emperor upright. The High Priestess or higher self with a hook in their third eye, the inequity with the Emperor in charge, or justice just not in their favor, at 1053 of Destiny and the Knight of Swords. The central energy is the Page of Swords reversed, which can be negative self-talk. It's the most immature communication in the deck, the Page of Swords reversed. So it could be negative self-talk at minimum. It could be a bad message. It can be rumors being spread. It could be lying and spying, a child mouthing off, or lying. The King of Cups is upright with Scorpio in their chart, dumping emotional attachments to the Knight of Cups upright, in energetic exchange or just lots of back and forth, or many offers of love that are not working due to overtime at work, with Hermit advising or specializing. I was just getting speculating as well. The challenge being the Queen of Swords reversed, receiving good news, but keeping to themselves, hanging in limbo, or a hung jury. A split decision, or lying about a commitment or marriage. No decision between the Hanging Man and Hierophant, or Capricorn and Taurus, or keeping to themselves about a split. At 1101, Justice and the Magician. In the crowning position there is the Nine of Pentacles Sovereign upright, sleeping, perhaps with bad memories, nightmares of the world upside down, or near completion, with the Magician manifesting, or independent on break, and that could be an independent child on break, or 5D connection with Pisces reversed, or Virgo or Gemini, Divine Feminine in 5D. Manifesting freedom from damages, or letting go to make amends, recovering from exile, a dream come true, with the Page of Pentacles upright and Nine of Pentacles Sovereign, which can be siblings, they're both earth signs, connecting or partnering with the Knight of Swords upright, deliverance, or deciding in their favor. Rising above drama and floating on air, the Queen of Wands reversed, needing to wake up and surrender to all that is. The Knight of Cups is offering love to detox in energetic exchange or back and forth with the Page of Swords reversed, or bad news. And this could be the Knight of Cups trying to offer love, knowing about the bad news, or no news at all. And the Queen of Swords reversed, or verbal abuse and lies here, And now the sovereign, who's independent, is, perfectly happy with themselves. And soon is the Nine of Swords upright, hiding underground. The Page of Cups offering love to find peace with no other options. And the Page of Cups offering big time, money, time, or effort to the King of Swords reversed to find slaves or burdens between the King of Swords reversed and the Queen of Wands reversed. It's like they need slave labor. Maybe they can't afford it. Twin flames seeing themselves as the Page of Wands reversed. Detoxing frustrations after a death, an ending, or clinginess of the Page of Swords reversed. The Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, or perhaps bouncing off the walls, whether those are children, messages, or pets. And this could be someone spewing venom as well, with the Queen of Swords reversed and the wheel not in their favor, walking away from ties to the Page of Wands reversed, or wounded warrior reversed, or child abuse, or making a bad call, or none at all. With Scorpio, Libra, Aquarius, and Sagittarius all reversed here. So I don't know if they're just all sad because someone passed or something bad happened. But there's definitely an energy of unhappiness there, especially with little ones there. And that could be too. The Queen of Swords may have had miscarried or lost a child as well, and grieving that. And there's Aquarius energy in the chart there as well. So at 12:06, which is the Hanging Man and the Lovers, or love, family, and community, around the twins, or how they're seen, is the Five of Pentacles reversed, the Hermit coming out of exile, day and night, night and day, you are the one. Exposing all about romance, or kids up at night, or going crazy without lover or affection, coming clean or getting clean, or being strong, taming the beast, healing, forgiving, or apologizing, feeling blocked by the Two of Wands reversed, or feeling like they have no options. The Queen of Wands reversed, defending her abuse to detox and codependency and purging, a sister, or suffering in silence, or lockup, or unable to sleep at night. With spiritual partnership, 27, which is the Ace of Wands, and change, which is number 5 here, and even more so relationship change, with 56, which is the Two of Swords, being in your knowing, keeping to yourself, to keep your energy clear. The 10 of Wands is upright here with Atlas, leaving the wounded warrior behind, the victim mentality, and the Knight of Pentacles upright, offering help to the 10 of Cups family to start over, with the 10 of Pentacles reversed family of dysfunction or loss. Perhaps there's a payout here, or deciding on a plan, now that the worst is over, of prison, anxiety, and grief, of the inequity of higher self, hiding in the woods, present to the 9 of Cups, or satisfaction of the Emperor upright here, or regaining control. The Knight of Cups upright offering to detox the Page of Wands reversed, and help them recover from energetic exchange with the Page of Swords and the Queen of Swords reversed. Or the Page of Swords reversed challenged by the Queen of Swords reversed, sister, or one suffering in silence, unable to implement a path. At 12:16, the Hanging Man in the Tower, perhaps the path of trying to be single or leaving the wounded warrior behind, the higher self hiding and waiting for their ship to come in, to be happy with self as the Emperor is upright, needing to surrender to all that is, and the Queen of Wands reversed needing to swallow their pride. The Knight of Cups in energetic exchange, or hours of love, or back and forth detoxing, the Page of Swords reversed, or bad news, or no message at all, or a mouthy kid, challenged by the Queen of Swords reversed, or the King of Cups upright offering love or friendship, but the Queen of Swords reversed refusing, wanting the workplace examined. After getting rest and dealing with difficult kids or messages, finding independence from the Page of Wands reversed and the Page of Swords reversed, again, which can be kids, pets, or messages, or negative ones, or just too many of them, or the sister, or suffering in silence, or stress, or hiding, the Hermit coming out without a choice, and Atlas leaving the wounded warrior behind. To the higher self, feeling trapped or hiding, present to flame, happily creating service for 9 for the Emperor, or a gift that made the Emperor very happy here at 1225, the Hanging Man and the Knight of Wands. And if the Emperor, you know, we're in Sagittarius season right now, so it could be an Emperor's birthday or something like that. Let's just pull a few cards here for the oracles. It's 145.09. I want to pull an Ascension deck card. Let's see. So what is our takeaway for everybody today? Two cards came up. And we have nature on the bottom. So I'll let you see that in a second. We have Lady Portia and Thoth. And so you can read them both if you'd like. I'm going to just clarify a little bit. There we go. Lady Portia, the bottom, the affirmation. And then here is Thoth. So 32 and 31. And then nature is 3. So all these 3s, we have 3, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Okay, here's the underlying energy is nature. 3 is coming up with nature, is coming up as the planet. That nature kingdom was created from the heart of God. The ninth dimensional master, Pan, directs the elemental beings that support nature. And Archangel Perlemiek, angel of nature, lovingly holds and protects nature as it energizes you, raises your frequency, and purifies and heals you. Your guidance is to honor nature's beauty and life force. If possible, go out into the meadows, forests, mountains, and lakes or rivers, and let nature recharge, balance, and heal you. A love of and respect for nature is essential for your ascension and that of the planet. The affirmation is, I thank, bless, and love the entire nature kingdom. So that was your underlying energy, to remember that. And then Lady Portia says that she's the goddess of justice. As Lord of Karma, she tempers justice with mercy and balance. In order to act with these golden qualities, you must let go of your own projections and prejudices and see the whole picture. When you receive this card, Lady Portia is calling on you to review an aspect of your life or relationships to bring it fully into the 5th dimension. Be generous-hearted, open-minded, and fair, and step aside from judgment, and then your ascension path will be showered with gold. The affirmation is, I am fair-minded, open-hearted, and non-judgmental. Thoth, on the other hand, at 31, says Thoth, the high priest in the golden era of Atlantis, led his tribe to South America. So there's the Aztecs coming up from earlier in the read. South America to become the Inca civilization. So both the Inca and the Aztecs came up today. He taught that when every single aspect is in tune, the whole is automatically in harmony. Your guidance is to bring all parts of your life and body into alignment so that you enjoy perfect health and happiness. Imagine every cell of your body as part of an orchestra. Let your thoughts conduct a magnificent concert for radiant well-being. Attune each area of your life to a higher purpose so that your life is a celebration. The affirmation is, my life and my health are in perfect harmony. And breathe. So the 31 is the 5 of Wands, of the conflict of life and dealing with multiple people. And so to always keep your body in that perfect balance so that you're always ready to take on more than one person at a time when you go out into the public. And then the 32 of the journey, of that leap of faith, right, bringing good news so that you're always in that place to be able to bring the best part of yourself. There's the energy that's coming up for you. Okay, and just a quick energy card for you from the energy deck. '27 is walking away within. So someone might get, this is 27, which is the Ace of Wands, which is getting inspired to leave the house, okay? So again, all of the messages that just came up were in regarding that, right? To make sure you keep your energy balanced and all, so that you can be your best self always when walking out into the world. And that could be someone inspired to something new as well. And we also have the 38 here of the 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, which is the heart, and green for physical healing, and the Queen of Cups. And it's interesting too, right? Because the more masculine energy of the Ace of Wands is coming up as the feminine, and the more feminine masculine coming up with the Queen of Cups. So again, remembering to stay in your heart and to heal your heart with inspiration. The next two. So then we have these two want to be seen too, because this is the shadow aspect of that. We have the envy of the Dark Mother here and being judgmental, and you're being reminded not to be judgmental, and again, hostilities, right, of getting frustrated, which I was definitely guilty of getting frustrated with Teddy this weekend. So the 26 of the Page of Wands, who is reversed in this read, a frustrated child, and that Dark Mother energy of the Queen, the Empress over here being reversed and not receiving the love. This also can be Aquarius, because we have the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords both reversed here. That can be Aquarius energy and fire, air and fire energy over here. So it could be an Aquarius mother or somebody with Aquarius in their chart. So a reminder of things that normally trigger you, or being really conscious of the things that do get you to respond in a negative way as opposed to a patient or positive way. The underlying energy is the 44 of Hercules, her harvest, which is the heart, the woman holding a heart. And the 42 of the woman holding a coin. So again, and a contrast between these two aspects of yourself. This one, she's, more of a badass type of energy, and she may not be patient. Whereas this one is very patient, and how to reconcile the two of Cups, because this is in partnership, and bringing this into the work world of carrying the weight of the world for Atlas as Hercules. Okay, so kind of rebalancing this one from being too much about things into the partnership, and then bringing this one being too much into the heart, bringing it back into helping Atlas by being Hercules and carrying some of the weight. So again, it's all about balancing both sides of yourself. Okay, I hope that was good for you guys today. So remember to breathe, remember to drink your water, get your rest, get your joy in nature. Just be happy every day. Find something to be happy about, to be grateful for, which will also help rise your vibration. Rise and be loved.